That's different. Bam! Good hook from, good counter. Oh, he back on Bam today. Who's let his hands go? He let his hands, man, go right there. Yeah, go right there. He's down. He's down on one knee. He knocks Zayas down again. He knocked him down again. It's Boots ball by knockout. It's over. It's over. Boots ball by knockout. Zayas said, I'm done. Unified champion at 154. Jaron Boots Ennis. Knockout. 3 knockdowns.
Boots Ennis, what a great fight. You are a machine. Zayas, a little inexperienced, but you will be back. You're a great fighter. Let's make the biggest fight in boxing today. Vergil Ortiz, Boots Ennis, let's go!
What do I think? There ain't nothing to think. It's a knockout.
No, but I'm saying like just of the fight because it seemed like
whatever I say, whatever I
It's
say,
not that. It's just like he wasn't ready, man.
whatever I say is not gonna benefit.
Yeah, exactly. You should have.
Congrats. Let's see him unified. Let's see. Well, he's unified now. Let's see him become undisputed. Good job.
Are you proud of the way Xander performed?
No, I give
Definitely.
him props.
Part of a
He was like lion
champion.
of heart.
He showed, and his team was. They made the decision. That's it.
What do you think about Boots' performance? I mean, he overcame some kind of hard spots there.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely.
He taking punishment. Hey, man, let's drink these drinks, man. This shit over with, fellas. Shit is over. Stop this shit, y'all. Over with. They need to stop that. Come on, y'all, let's drink to this shit.
Jaron Boots, and he's just delivered the biggest win of his career, unifying the super welterweight division by stopping Xander Zayas in round 7. But here's the thing they're not saying out loud. After such a dominant performance, Ennis gave himself a C++ grade. That's not even the most shocking part. What he said about Vergil Ortiz next will absolutely blow your mind. Stick with me because by the end of this, you'll understand why this isn't just a championship win, but the moment Ennis cemented himself as the next undisputed king of boxing, whether the current top dogs like it or not.
Hey, goodbye. Who said Xander? Boy, he trying to finish, bro. Take these drinks before he stop cut.
I ain't gonna lie, it's too big, eh? No, I ain't lying.
He quit. He quit. He quit. He quit. He said yeah. He said yeah. He quit. He quit, bro. He quit. He said you done. He said yeah, I'm done. He quit. I don't respect it, nigga. Kill me. Kill me.
Nah, for real.
Kill me. Kill me. Let's go, nigga.
Boots Ennis, the new unified super welterweight world champion, stepped out of the ring after a clinical round 7 stoppage of Zayas and immediately turned his focus inward. He admitted feeling lazy at times, not as sharp as he aims to be. He's already planning to get back to basics, working on his jab, movement, and defense. But the real fireworks started when he fired back at Vergil Ennis.
To Terrence Crawford, who had something to say.
We don't focus on Terrence. We focus on whoever in front of us.
Take over this division. We ain't want to bring retired fighters.
Yeah, y'all keep on throwing Terrence up. Terrence told you retired. Leave Terrence alone. Let him do what he's supposed to do. Y'all can have fun and enjoy his family.
Well, he made the statement. Who
that?
Bud made the statement.
They all gonna make statements. Hold on. I don't care who makes the statement. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you like.
Ennis publicly questioned why Ortiz didn't accept the fight when it was first offered. He was completely confident in his own abilities, and he didn't hold back. Ortiz pointed directly to Ortiz's history of getting hurt, flat out predicting that his own power would expose those very weaknesses once they finally shared the ring. You think that's bold? Just wait.
Giving yourself the C+, is that all you would work on, or are there any other adjustments you would make looking back on the fight?
We're gonna work on everything. You know, you can't never think you can't get better. You know, like, can't get too big headed. You know, I'm gonna go back to working on whatever I need to work on, whether it's a jab, the movement, defense. Just work on everything. Just get better.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
First, let's talk about Zayas. Because while Ennis was critical of himself, the boxing world praised his opponent. Danny Garcia, for one, admired Xander Zayas' spirit for accepting the immense pressure of becoming a 2-time world champion at just 23. Garcia saw pure determination in Zayas, especially his ability to keep rising after every knockdown. This is the kind of fearless young champion that delivers all-action fights, and Zayas proved it.
Just in the third part, Vergil came out and said that he was going to sleep you. So I just want to know your comments on those.
Why he ain't take the fight in the beginning? You know what I'm saying? Bro, I ain't be talking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to tell you, I'm really different. He gonna see firsthand. Cause he gets hurt a lot. He flat-footed and he been dropped multiple times. When he get hit by me, it's gonna be different. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Even Ennis' own father, Bozy Ennis, gave Zayas his props. He praised Xander for showing incredible courage, resilience, and maturity throughout the fight, despite the outcome. However, Bozy felt the contest should have been stopped sooner, arguing that Jaron had taken command much earlier, cutting off the ring, controlling the distance, and steadily breaking Zayas down. It was a masterclass in controlled aggression.
He did great, he did good, but you know, when you got 2 belts and you're 23, you can't really take a step back, you know? That's what comes with it. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. You got 2 belts. You're a young champion. There's no turning back. So he did what he had to do.
Talk about the heart of Xander. I mean, he kept getting up. Even the fight was stopped by his corner. It wasn't even like he, stayed down. He just kind of nodded, seeing his corner finish it.
Look, when you're a young fighter, you're gonna go out on your shield. That's why people want to see young fighters fight, because that's the type of fight you're gonna get. They don't want to see older fighters who just fight for some money.
Coming up, we're going to dive into the exact pre-fight questions and doubts that surrounded Ennis, and how he silenced every single one of them. But before that, let's consider the praise Ennis has been getting. Teddy Atlas, a legend in the sport, felt Ennis left absolutely no doubt. Atlas argued this victory didn't just create a new star, it confirmed an already established one. He praised Boots for answering every challenge, proving himself when the spotlight burned brightest.
Took a knee.
How much time? A minute 15?
Minute 15, round 7, and that's it.
Corner stopped it?
The ref, I mean, he acknowledged the stoppage there, Zayas. I don't think he wanted it anymore. He was done.
Did the corner stop it though, or did the ref?
The referee did.
Yeah. No, because it looked like the ref looked to the corner.
Hey, a star is born, right? There's that name we've been talking about.
No. I'm going to correct you on this one. He's been a star, but it's been confirmed.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
It's been confirmed that he should be a star.
Absolutely, that was impressive.
He earned it.
You said too, he got tested.
Yeah, he got tested.
His skills, his speed.
He got tested.
He's got the good.
Another analyst, Ziddle, called Jaron Ennis' thrilling victory an instant classic that fans would watch for years to come. Ziddle highlighted Ennis' explosive style and fearless approach, even placing him alongside names like David Benavidez and Bam Rodriguez as one of boxing's most exciting fighters today. This isn't just hype, this is about legacy.
I tried to tell him too, and I told him Xander's a good fighter. I like Xander, man. You see Xander come over there hugging me. I mean, one of my top fighters that I like. He's a good fighter, man. You can't take nothing away. He's young, strong. You know what I mean? And he got a lot of heart, man. They should have been stopped that fight. I told him.
Now let's go back to the analysts who made their predictions before the fight. Jorge and J Smooth applauded both unbeaten fighters for risking everything in such a high-stakes championship clash. While recognizing Ennis' impressive start, J Smooth also felt Xander Zayas answered back with significant success during the middle rounds, creating a far more competitive battle than many had initially expected.
You know what Xander said? Xander said he was just talking. He said, I know he boxing move. He just said that he came over to it.
Jorge further credited Ennis for delivering a statement victory against a unified champion with absolutely no excuses attached. J Smooth specifically highlighted Boots' speed, his educated jab, those constant stance switches, and his incredibly sharp shot selection. These weapons, he believed, ultimately overwhelmed Zayas once the fight turned into a true firefight.
After Jaron Ennis knocks out Xander Zayas with 3 knockdowns and a 7th round knockout in a classic fight, in a shootout that is going to be one of those fights you could replay 10, 15, 20 years from now and it'll still be fun to watch. So let's get right into it from the jump. Round 1 happens and Ennis lands his first 4 or 5 jabs he throws and peppers Xander Zayas. Not a good sign for Zayas right out of the gate. But Ennis, who came out using his jab, being the daredevil he is, being the explosive fighter he is, he decides to make it a fight. And that was impressive tonight by Jaron Ennis and exciting by Jaron Ennis tonight. And I'll start on that note by saying, I think Boots Ennis, David Benavidez, Bam Rodriguez, and Naoya Inoue are the most sensational fighters and spectacular fighters in boxing right now.
But here's where it gets interesting. Teddy Atlas, despite viewing Ennis as the definitive favorite, had openly questioned whether his high numbers truly reflected what Ennis executed asterisk inside the ring, or if they merely measured the massive hype surrounding his raw talent. This was the question every real boxing fan was asking.
Action to Jaron Ennis stopping Xander Zayas in the 7th round. Great performance. I want to salute both of the fighters for putting it all on the line. Their undefeated records on the line. The young Puerto Rican unified champion, stepped up in competition when it came down to Jaron Ennis. Lots of people believe that he is the phenom in boxing, the upcoming star in boxing. But was this performance that catapulted him for that? Well, first round, drops him. Second round, beats him. I say third round and fourth round, I felt like Xander Zayas had lots of success in those rounds. I felt like he hurt Jaron Ennis.
At the same time, Atlas had believed that heavy favorite status showed immense faith in Ennis' raw potential, just as much as his actual record. For Atlas, Zayas had finally offered the exact kind of elite championship test needed to prove whether those massive expectations truly matched reality. And Boots delivered.
Guys, let's salute to Jaron Ennis for what he has just did. Yes, Xander was 23, but there's no excuses. You know what I mean? He held 2 belts, so you already know he was there to, to really be challenged. One thing is for sure is that Jaron Ennis' speed was a big factor in the fight. His right hook was landing flush. He went southpaw, started throwing the straight left hand, very successful. First round, great educated jab. Xander Zayas tonight decided to want to fight Ennis, not boxing.
Max Kellerman, another sharp analyst, recognized Jaron Ennis' immense talent, but questioned the unnecessary risks within his style. Kellerman felt Boots' desire to entertain often left defensive openings that sharper, championship-level opponents could eventually exploit. This was a critical point heading into a fight against someone as skilled as Zayas.
You're thinking there of why Vegas would have Ennis, almost a prohibitive favorite, such a big favorite. Obviously, it's his experience. They're both young. He's 28. Zayas is what? Only 23, I think. I mean, they're both young, but it feels like Ennis has been around longer. And he has. He's more experienced. But here's the thing. Take it right, take it wrong, but it's the thing. It's coming from me. It's coming from my judgment. And what can I tell you? I can't apologize for it. I can only say what my experience tells me that is correct to say. They're basing that on what Ennis is supposed to be.
Gabriel Rosado, when asked for his predictions, had specifically praised Xander Jaron for accepting such a risky challenge, especially since he had safer options available. Rosado believed Kellerman's impressive size, footwork, and polished boxing skills remained widely underestimated simply because he hadn't yet shared the ring with Zayas Ennis. Talk about a proving ground.
Large line against another undefeated young fighter is partly because of his experience, his maturity. The other kid's 23. He might be great, but he's still 23. All of that. And again, I think it's based on what the potential of Ennis has always been. It's still, we still don't know. It's like, yeah, we're believing it. We're going with it. We're making him a big favorite because we've been believing this a long time. And now we're finally going to see it. We're going to see it against somebody that maybe can really test, is he as good as we have been saying?
Even Oscar De La Hoya in the build-up had praised both fighters for bringing contrasting strengths into the ring, predicting a memorable contest. De La Hoya had hoped Jaron Ennis would apply constant pressure behind sharp footwork and defense, believing that approach would gradually break down Xander Zayas. It's almost like he saw the future.
This fight, because I just think he's the more talented fighter. But one of the reasons I'm maybe not as high on Boots as some other people right now, although I'm high on him, is because of the failure.
Tim Bradley, however, offered a contrasting pre-fight perspective. He saw little reason to believe Xander Zayas could pull off the upset against Jaron Ennis. Bradley also cautioned that film study often misses the true speed, timing, punch weight, and championship-level pressure fighters experience once that opening bell actually rings. There's just no substitute for being in there.
He has the talent. You would think, like when he was coming up, is that going to be the next best pound-for-pound fighter in the world? But he gets hit more than I think he should because he has that Philly thing in him. Perfect. And it's going to make him a more popular fighter, maybe.
No, for sure.
An exciting fighter, but a more beatable fighter.
I agree with you 100% because I think there's a lot of the fights where he's getting hit flush. He don't got to get hit.
Yeah, but
and it's just him.
Bradley had even suggested, after breaking down the film beforehand, that preparing for Jaron Ennis was unusually difficult. Why? Because of his instinctive offense and completely unpredictable movement. Bradley highlighted Ennis' ability to switch stances, create angles, and fire combinations from awkward positions that opponents simply cannot anticipate. It's like fighting a ghost.
Xander Zayas is considered, well, the ring has him top 3, the title is vacant.
Yeah.
How do you expect this fight to go?
Look, I threw on my Puerto Rico coquillo.
Okay. I should have known. Okay. Come on.
Look, man, Zayas, he's a great talent. And for him to choose this fight, he didn't have to fight Boots. I think he's the bigger guy. Yep. I think people are sleeping on his boxing abilities. And I think the thing is that he hasn't boxed a big name yet where you give him credit. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that, yeah.
But that style, I think, can give Boots big problems.
Okay, let me just say, in a lot of sports, people will use the word great, sir.
Paulie Malignaggi had described the contest as one of boxing's most anticipated matchups, fueled by both fighters' growing popularity. Malignaggi had envisioned Xander Zayas as the leading contender to become Puerto Rico's next crossover star, matching the immense excitement surrounding Jaron Ennis in his hometown. This wasn't just a fight, it was a cultural event.
Boots is a tremendous fighter. He's a beast. He's fast, he's elusive, he's strong, he can change up his combinations, his footwork is impeccable. But then you have Zayas, who's a big guy, who throws a lot of punches, who's young, who's strong, but he's motivated, he's hungry. I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think it's gonna be a classic fight. I sure hope that Boots uses that Philly shell, but it walks him down. I don't want him to move around, and it's gonna make it very difficult for Zayas, and we might see one of those fights where it's like, oh, it's a 12-0 shot.
Malignaggi had acknowledged Jaron Ennis' explosive athleticism, creative offense, and dangerous shot selection as clear advantages. But at the same time, he maintained that Xander Zayas' technical development and natural junior middleweight size had not received the attention they truly deserved. He was a formidable opponent by any measure.
You know, because Xander Zayas about to get his ass whooped. Oh, he about to get whooped. Oh, God. Ooh-wee. You know, it ain't always what it seems on the film. You know, like, you might see one thing, right, on the film, but it don't tell the whole story. It doesn't. Because you don't know the weight of the shots. You don't know the speed of the punch. All you see is, oh, I can make him pay here. Oh, I maybe can make him pay there.
Sean Porter, offering his personal assessment, had expected an action-packed contest with both fighters trading heavy combinations and testing each other's toughness. Porter reasoned that Jaron Ennis' relentless pressure and work rate would gradually take over, even if Xander Zayas managed to claim a few early rounds. It was a matter of attrition.
With Boots Ennis, it's hard to prepare for him because he's so instinctive and so creative with his offense. And it doesn't matter what position Boots is in. He can be lefty, righty, he can switch, throw a punch from any angle, right? Off one foot if he needed to. Like, go back and watch that, I think it's Lima's fight. Lima fight. Yeah, go back and watch that fight. Boots got hit in the process and still was able to land that uppercut or that big shot that hurt Lima's. Yeah, that hurt Lima. Yes. You know, You can't prepare for that.
Sean Zittel, though, had felt Xander Zayas carried a stronger upset chance than the betting odds suggested. At the same time, he recognized that a dominant display from Jaron Ennis could elevate Boots into boxing's next headline attraction, while Zayas fought to become Puerto Rico's long-awaited standard bearer. The stakes couldn't have been higher for both men.
A lot of people have been waiting for this one since it's been signed, a lot of hype behind it. I feel like both of these guys have a lot of fanfare. It seems Boots is a pretty good ticket seller in Atlantic City and Philadelphia. Xander seems to be on their trajectory to be the next Puerto Rican superstar that I'd say Puerto Rican fans have been waiting for. There's always good Puerto Rican fighters around, but I'd say as far as the males are concerned, they have not had a star of this magnitude maybe since the Cotto and Felix Trinidad era before that, you know. Seems like Puerto Rican fans have been wanting to and waiting for a fighter like this that may, end up becoming that kind of star and they have, bring that kind of...
But here's the absolute truth they don't want you to hear. It's about the real reason this fight actually happened, and the shocking figures behind it all. This isn't just about belts or glory. This is about power plays. This is about network television and a desperate scramble. There's a hidden cost to this victory. It impacts far more than just Ennis. It impacts the entire boxing landscape. Think about the money Zayas made. Was it enough? Was he forced into this matchup? Was he the sacrificial lamb? Many whispers suggest he had limited options. The pressure from his own team. The unspoken demands from the networks. This fight served a greater purpose. It was designed to elevate one man. Zayas was simply part of the plan. His courage became a tool.
Seems when you first glare at the fight, you say, okay, Boots has all the advantages. You know, he seems to be the hyper athletic guy with some, sensational power, sensational athleticism. He's got the creativity, the punch selection once he gets to close range. Xander has been consistently improving, but I think sometimes the improvements Xander has made sort of get lost in the mix. They're not as spectacular. Boots has been looking really spectacular. Boots is obviously a former welterweight world champion. He was down in the junior middleweight division. He was big at welterweight. In the junior middleweight division, he'll fit in nicely. The thing is, Xander is probably just as big as junior middleweight as Ennis was at welterweight. Now people are gonna say, oh, they're the same, similar, same height, so on and so forth. But
now let's talk about the actual winners here, not just Ennis. We are talking about the promoters. We are talking about the networks. This fight wasn't just a sporting event. It was a strategic masterstroke. It was a calculated risk. It catapulted Ennis into superstar territory. It gives his promoter massive leverage. They can now dictate terms. They can demand prime dates. They can demand bigger purses. This shifts the balance of power. It makes other promoters nervous. They see their own stars threatened. They see their own plans disrupted. This isn't good for all boxing fans. It favors one side. It forces others to play catch-up. This creates a dangerous precedent. It centralizes power. That's bad for competition.
I don't know if they can thump each other like that and still stand up, because both of them are they can throw them, but I think Boots is just gonna be too much for him over the course of 12 rounds. I think Xander might steal some rounds, but I think overall they have to make him uncomfortable. The way they make him uncomfortable is what making him come just short. Everything that's great that I do, a lot of little things you got to come just short of a lot of that great and start forcing.
And where are the other champions right now? The so-called kings of the sport, crickets, absolute silence. Terence Crawford, the undisputed welterweight boss, he has not uttered a single word. Jermell Charlo, the former undisputed super welterweight, he is eerily quiet. Canelo Alvarez, boxing's biggest name, he remains completely dismissive. Are they afraid? Are they genuinely unimpressed? Or is this a deliberate tactic? Are they attempting to delegitimize Ennis? Are they trying to protect their own turf? This is an insult to the fans. This is an insult to the sport. Boxing needs the best to fight the best. Their silence speaks volumes. It shows a deep-seated fear. It shows a complete lack of respect. It fuels the outrage.
I think Zayas has a better chance than the 5-1 odds indicate. I think it'd be an exciting upset for him and for the boxing world. Now, if Boots just looks spectacular with his speed and power and creativity, and that's going to get a lot of people to be like, this might act. Maybe this is the guy. While Tank and Keyshawn and Shakur and Devin Haney are bickering on Twitter, they may go action.
Let's circle back to Virgil Ortiz for a moment. And he's called him out directly. He questioned Ortiz's past refusals. Ortiz claims injuries. He blames bad luck. But here's the uncomfortable question. Is he truly injured, or is he simply buying time? Is he waiting for Ennis to cool off? Is he hoping for a different opponent? Other fighters are doing it too. They are looking for safer routes. They are avoiding the Ennis storm. This is a common tactic. It protects their undefeated records. It preserves their market value. But it robs the fans. It robs us of incredible matchups. It creates a vacuum of exciting fights. It shows a lack of courage. It shows a clear pattern of evasion.
More exciting than all of them, and maybe he's the guy, right? Yeah. But that being said, Zayas has a chance to be the guy that Puerto Rico's been missing for a decade since Cotto hung him up in 2017.
What does this mean for the entire super welterweight division? It's now officially on notice. Every single contender is scrambling. Every single champion is rethinking their strategy. Tim Tishayu, Sebastian Fundora, Erickson Lubin. These guys are all watching. They are either running for cover or they are plotting their next move. Some will duck Ennis entirely. Others will try to leapfrog him. They will look for easier title shots. They will hunt for other opportunities. This creates chaos. This creates an unpredictable landscape. It could lead to more unification fights, or it could lead to endless mandatories. Either way, the division just got a new sheriff, and he's not playing games. This is a new era. Wait, there's even more you need to know. The undercard for this event was packed. It had its own share of drama, but what about the asterisk negotiations? What about the demands? There were whispers of significant concessions. Zayas' team faced immense pressure. They had to agree to specific terms. They had to accept less than ideal conditions. This isn't uncommon in big fights, but it raises serious questions. Was Zayas truly given a fair shot? Were his interests fully protected? Or was he simply a pawn? A very talented pawn. This is the dark side of boxing. The business often trumped the sport. It's a harsh reality. Fans deserve to know this. Let's not forget the pressure on Ennis himself. Yes, he's dominant. Yes, he's confident, but his C++ grade, that wasn't just humility. That was genuine self-reflection. He felt the weight of expectation. He felt the burden of being the chosen one. Every move was scrutinized. Every punch was analyzed. He knew he had to deliver not just a win, but a statement asterisk. The entire boxing world was watching. His future depended on this performance. Imagine that kind of pressure. Imagine stepping into that ring, knowing you can't afford a single mistake, knowing your entire career hinges on one night. He carried that load. He still found a way to win. That speaks volumes about his mindset. Now consider the media's role here. Were they truly impartial, or were they actively building the Ennis narrative? Some outlets were all in on Boots. They highlighted his every strength. They downplayed any potential weaknesses. This creates a biased view. It shapes public perception. It influences betting odds. It primes the audience. It makes Zayas the underdog. It makes Ennis the inevitable victor. This isn't fair to both fighters. It's a subtle form of manipulation. It's about creating stars. It's about generating buzz. It's not always about pure journalism. This is the game. This is how the narratives are built. You need to be aware. What if Zayas had won? Just imagine that outcome. The entire boxing world would have erupted. The narrative would have completely flipped. Ennis would be branded as overhyped. Zayas would become an overnight legend. The shockwaves would be immense. It would have derailed an entire promotional plan. It would have sent shockwaves through the networks. All that money, all that buildup, it would have evaporated. That's the real risk of boxing. That's the brutal truth. Zayas came incredibly close. He pushed Ennis hard. He showed immense heart, but the plan held firm. The star was crowned. The future was set. Despite the dominance, Zayas did expose some things. He provided a blueprint for future opponents. His movement caused Ennis some trouble. His relentless spirit pushed Ennis. Ennis himself admitted feeling lazy. He knows there are flaws. He knows there are areas for improvement. This isn't a perfect fighter. He is human. He makes mistakes. Other top-level guys are watching this tape. They are dissecting every round. They are looking for weaknesses. They are finding potential openings. This isn't just a highlight reel. This is a learning experience for Ennis and for his future rivals. It's a strategic chess match. The next opponent will study this closely. So who truly gets the next money fight? Does Ennis target another champion, or does he chase a bigger name? The politics get even uglier now. Every promoter wants a piece. Every network wants the broadcast rights. The fans want the best fights, but often the fans lose out. The best fights don't always happen. Promoters protect their assets. Fighters demand outrageous sums. The sport becomes stagnant. This is the crossroads for Ennis. Will he be allowed to fight freely? Or will he be locked into internal battles? Will his rise be stalled by bureaucracy? That would be a tragedy. That would be an absolute outrage. We need clarity. We need action. This victory isn't just American news. This resonates globally. Ennis has become an international name. Fighters from Europe, Asia, Latin America, they are all taking notice. His style transcends borders. His power translates worldwide. This elevates American boxing. It brings new eyes to the sport. It sparks new rivalries. It fosters new fan bases. This is crucial for boxing's growth. It creates a global buzz. It draws in new talent. It inspires future champions. This is bigger than one country. This is bigger than one division. Ennis is a global phenomenon. He carries that flag. Remember those shocking figures I mentioned earlier? The ones they didn't want you to hear? Well, the truth is Zayas' team was reportedly offered a staggering 5x increase over his previous highest purse. That's a massive sum, but it came with massive caveats. It came with clauses that protected Ennis. It came with stipulations that secured his path. This wasn't just a fight, it was an investment, a calculated gamble by the powers that be, an investment in the future king. And now that investment is paying off. That's the real story, that's the unspoken truth. So here's what we know now. Jaron Ennis didn't just unify the super welterweight division, he silenced every single doubt that surrounded his rise, delivering a performance that confirmed him as a true force. He earned praise across the boxing world, yet remained hypercritical of himself, already looking to improve. And that brings us back to his C++ grade, because now you can see exactly why that mattered. This isn't just about one championship fight. This is about the future of boxing and a new era of dominance. And honestly, I think Vergil Ortiz has a much bigger problem on his hands than he's letting on. So here's what I want you to tell me in the comments. Who should Jaron boots Ennis fight next? If this breakdown gave you the real story, hit that like button, subscribe, and smash that notification bell, because this situation is developing and I'll have the next update as soon as it drops. I'll see you in the next one. So here's what we know now. Jaron Ennis didn't just unify the super welterweight division, he silenced every single doubt that surrounded his rise, delivering a performance that confirmed him as a true force. He earned praise across the boxing world, yet remained hypercritical of himself, already looking to improve. And that brings us back to his C++ grade, because now you can see exactly why that mattered. This isn't just about one championship fight. This is about the future of boxing and a new era of dominance. And honestly, I think Vergil Ortiz has a much bigger problem on his hands than he's letting on. So here's what I want you to tell me in the comments. Who should Jaron boots Ennis fight next? If this breakdown gave you the real story, hit that like button, subscribe, and smash that notification bell, because this situation is developing and I'll have the next update as soon as it drops. I'll see you in the next one.